myself of the work of Chairwoman Susan Collins, who was looking to work in a bipartisan way on a measure in the Senate, similar to measures that we'd introduced. I think we were really looking at the Peter King and Congressman Thompson of California's bill and taking pieces out of that. But the reason is because there are certain rights that the minority has, and we had simply asked that these two provisions that we be allowed to have a vote. One of the reasons is because these provisions had bipartisan support. We were not really fighting for something that didn't have any measure of support. In fact, one member, I understand, from Florida has just introduced a similar one. Well, we could get no response whatsoever, and we were hurting.
Representative Lee, I understand it's rare that these days there's any bipartisan support for anything, but some are saying that there are certain rules that the body has lived by for a long period of time and that you guys violated them. In fact, I'd like you to listen to the House Speaker Paul Ryan, his opinion on what went down over the last 25 hours, if we can.
They are sending out fundraising solicitations, like this one. House Democrats on the House floor. Your contribution will go to the DCCC. If this is not a political stunt, then why are they trying to raise money off of this? Off of a tragedy?
He's calling it a political stunt and saying it's even worse because, of course, it would be a political stunt off of a tragedy. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I have no quarrel with Paul Ryan. We are working together on criminal justice reform. I hope we'll be meeting soon on that. But I take great offense. I'm on the floor of the House. I have control of what Sheila Jackson Lee does and what the members are doing on the floor. And each and every one of the members who are debating on the floor, we're debating on the basis of the pain of the families that we had engaged in and the horrible pain of the largest mass murder since 9/11. We were serious about what we're doing. We don't take any back step to any suggestion of a political stunt. I can tell you 24 hours is not a political step. It is painful. We were cold, as many people said. How cold could have gotten on that floor? But we kept on talking.
I think I saw a few blankets and some warm food. That's all I'm saying. I think I even heard a rumor about electric blankets. But
we were there for the families who were in pain.
Absolutely. But a lot of people are saying it's sort of ironic, particularly representatives like you, John Lewis, who fought in the past for other rights, other civil rights. In this particular case, some are saying you're fighting now to take away rights embedded in the Constitution. What do you say to people who feel like they don't understand how all of a sudden there's such a harsh attack on the Second Amendment of the Constitution?
Well, I love that question. First of all, let me say that what was really under attack is democracy. This is the people's house. This is a place where the Speaker could have brought us together. We could have had a compromise in as much as there was a bipartisan bill that was the underlying premise of some of these provisions. But I know for a fact that the great efforts were taken to do two things. One, to respect the Second Amendment. Everyone knows that any undermining of the Second Amendment takes an extensive constitutional process, just like any other of the amendments in the Bill of Rights. Secondarily, the bill that Susan Collins was supporting, the bill that that was put forward by Senator Feinstein and Senator Murphy, but Feinstein in particular on the background check, it had the opportunity for a civil liberties and civil rights escape, if you will, by allowing the person to get into the Court of Appeals immediately and to be able to address their concerns. But really, the loss of life, babies in a classroom, San Bernardino, soldiers in Fort Hood, and the largest mass murder, I think we could have found a better way to compromise. All we asked for a vote. And let me just say this, no matter who we are, 2:30 in the morning, out of the eyesight of the American people, having a vote on a bill and then adjourning, it is not the democratic way, no matter who's in the majority, and clearly the Republicans took advantage of it, and I think that they should apologize to the American people because democracy was not served well last night.
Sheila Jackson Lee, I want to come back and talk to you again soon because there's so many other issues. Some saying it's guns, others wondering why radical Islamists can't be called out and so forth. I really appreciate your time.
I'm on Homeland Security. I'm happy to raise that question. I'll just simply say AR-15s kill no matter whose hand it's in. We're trying to keep people alive. But I'm happy to come back.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, the FBI could soon access terrorist suspects.